Hello student, in this video we are going to cover some part of unit 2 of your IT vocational skills. So unit 2 is about self-management skills. So in our life, everybody of us want to taste the success. Everybody wants to become a successful person. So often in our classroom, when we ask our student what they want to become, some says they want to become a doctor, some say they want to become pilot, some want to become engineers. Or this engineer doesn't look like engineers. This engineers, okay. Or an officer, or maybe an entrepreneur, or maybe a singer. So these are our aim, these are our dreams. But the big question is that do we all able to achieve our goals? Are we able to become what we want to become in our life? Sometimes it happens that we want to become something and we become something else. We want to reach somewhere and we reach somewhere else. So sometimes we may find that we want to become an officer, but we landed to become this one, or maybe this one, or maybe this one, or maybe we are selling ice cream on the roadside. I don't want to say that okay, these are the indignified occupations, but still this can't be our first choice to become in our life. And you might find some of us is choosing this profession also. Of course, nobody want to become this one. But then why does it happen that our aspiration, our goals, our dreams are very high, but we landed up somewhere else? We ended up becoming a very low profile person. So why? Why does this happen? So the answer is that we didn't manage ourselves. So here comes the management. Why we are going to learn about the management? Because this course is about grooming your vocational skills so that tomorrow you can take up some sort of employment or you can sustain in your life. So that's why we are talking here about self-management. So we come to know that why self-management is necessary, why we should learn all the skills of self-management. So we'll proceed further. And we'll come to know that if we want to become successful in our life, if we want to taste success, so success doesn't come easily. We have to learn something, we have to groom our skills. So first of all, we are going to learn what is self-management or how does self-management help us. Self-management help us to look at ourselves in a new light, understand our talents and interests, know our abilities, develop a positive attitude, enhance good habits and curtail bad ones, set goals and achieve them, overcome obstacles and hurdles. So these are the things that we face in our day-to-day lives. Sometimes we do not know our capabilities. What are our capabilities? Sometimes we don't know how to tackle a particular problem in our lives. So look at ourselves in a new light. We come to know about ourselves. We become self-aware. We become aware of our strengths and even the weaknesses and understand our talents and interests. So by self-management, we come to know what are our interests, what are our talents, what are our abilities. And we also learn to develop a positive attitude, which is very, very, very important and mandatory for us to taste success, enhance good habits and curtail bad ones. By self-management, we can enhance our good habits and we can curtail the bad ones. And then we learn to set our goals, we become aware of our goals, and we learn to achieve the goals and then overcome obstacles and hurdles. So these all are the help that we get if we learn self-management or if we have developed our self-management skills. Now here we are going to learn key self-management skills. So what are these skills? So we are going to learn the main self-management skills one by one. So first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to see yourself clearly and objectively through reflection and introspections. If you are highly self-aware, you can objectively evaluate yourself, know your pluses and minuses that will help you to choose the right path for yourself. Self-awareness is a very important thing that we should develop in ourselves. This will let us know about our abilities, about our weaknesses, about our potentials, and so that we can choose the right path for ourselves. We can choose the right profession for ourselves in a life. So how we are going to become self-aware? By introspecting ourselves. Introspecting means to look into ourselves, to look into our inner self. So that will make us aware of our strength, our pluses and our minuses, and so that we can choose our right path and profession. The next key skills is self-control. Very important skill. Self-control is ability to manage one's impulses, emotions and behaviors to achieve our set goals. Self-control keeps ourselves focused on our set path and prevent ourselves going astray. So sometimes we lose our self-control and we lead ourselves into a difficult situation, or we lead ourselves in a fuss. Later on we regret for that because we don't have self-control. So this self-control is the ability to manage one's impulses. Impulses means our sudden strong urge or desire. So this is the ability to manage our impulses, emotions and behavior to achieve our set goal. So if we have a goal and we want to reach to our goal, so we have to have a control on ourselves. Self-control keeps ourselves focused on our set, and if we are self-control, so we are focused on our set path, and it may prevent us from going astray, from losing our track. Here I just want to show you one clip. Here the girl is eating burger, and same time she is thinking that within a month she would grow slim. So why it's happening? She has a goal to become slim, and as well she is eating burger along with that. So it's not possible. Why it's happening? Because she doesn't have self-control. If she wanted to grow slim, she has to stop eating this type of foods. So this is what we're talking about, self-control. And another clip. So this boy who is at his study table, and he has a goal today: I will not leave my study table before 9 o'clock. So this is his goal, that he wants to study till 9 o'clock, and he's there doing the set because he has a self-control. So self-control will keep you focused on your goal. It will remind you about the do's and don'ts. And for students, it's very important to have self-control. If you don't have control on yourself, you are not going to follow your timetable, you are not going to follow your routine, you are not going to sit at your study table and start studying, and you are not following the routine that you should follow to become successful in your academics. Next key skills is self-confidence. Self-confidence is the belief in one's own ability, qualities, strengths. A self-confident person is not scared of taking risks. It encourages us to explore new ways for us to reach our goals. So this is also one of the most important skills, self-confidence. It's the belief in one's own ability. You should believe in your ability. You should know your strength. You should have faith in your qualities and strength. A self-confident person is not scared of taking risk. Sometime in our lives, we have to take risk, especially when you are an entrepreneur or you're leading an organization or any other field. So you have to take risk. And if you are not confident enough to take risk, you don't you are not able to explore the world. You are not able to explore different ways, the possible ways that are there for you to lead ahead. So self confidence is also very important. Don't say I can't, I can do it. It's a self confidence. But here I'm going to show you one scene of classroom. Is this a self confidence? During the examination, we come across this scene. So I don't think this is a self confidence, and even this is also not a self confidence. Okay, this ant is challenging the elephant. Hey, poor animal, get out of my way, or I will throw you away. So self confidence doesn't mean you take on such a task, you take on such a job that is at all impossible for you to do. So, knowing our physical, biological, and intellectual ability, we should take challenges. So, this is not self confidence, this is overconfidence. Next key skills is self motivation. Self motivation is an ability that drives you to do things. It is a force that encourages you to keep going even in the face of adversity. Some motivated people are always enthusiastic and passionate towards achieving their goals. Self motivation is very important. So, if you want to achieve your goals, you have to keep on motivate yourself. Self motivation is a power, it's an energy that keep on pushing ahead inch by inch towards your goal, and it keeps you reminding about your goal, and it encourages you to going even in the face of the adversities. And a self-motivated person will always have energy in himself or herself to achieve his goal. It tells you that don't give up. Next skill is goal setting. Next skill is goal setting. Goal setting is deciding what you want to achieve in future. It is not all about setting your target but also devise a concrete plan to reach your target. One should have the clear vision of the hurdles that one can face and solution to those to overcome them. So goal setting means to decide what do you want to become in your life, what do you want to achieve in your life. So if you don't have any goals, you are not going to reach anywhere. If you don't have any objectives, your all actions, your all activity will go in vain. You are not going to achieve anything. So goal setting is a very important for you. If you want to become something in your life, you have to clearly set your goal. You have to have a vision that way you want to reach in your life. And it's not only setting a goals, but you should also have a concrete plan. How are you going to reach to your goal? What are the hurdles that you may face? What are the adversities that you may face? And what would be the solution to those hurdles, those obstacles? So this should be a clear-cut plan. And after setting your goals, you have to put your heart and soul to achieve your goal. So goal may be short-term goals or long-term goals and the ultimate goal. So what could be your ultimate goal? In the beginning of this session, we have talked about the different professions that a student or anyone wanted to become in life. Okay, maybe an officer, maybe a pilot, and this also. This may be your long-term goal. And to achieve those goals, you have to have a concrete plan. So merely setting a goal should not be your goal. So here one is asking another person, so Mr. Kosagra, what is your goal of your life? To set new goals every year. So this should not be a goal. Keep on setting goals. Next key skill is problem solving. So when you are reaching towards your goal, when you are just heading towards your goals, we have talked about that you may face many challenges, you may have many obstacles and hurdles, then we should have ability to overcome those hurdles and to solve those problems. So this is problem solving. Problem solving is the process to identify the problems and find a systematic solution to the problem. Once we have any problem, the first thing we should do to identify the problem, here you can see a graphics. Then next is to define the problem. So what is the problem, and then narrow down to define it. Then we have to explore. Explore means what could be the solution to the problem. And then once we find out the solution, then we have to take action. And again, then look back means again we have to see whether the solution was good to the problem or not, or whether the solution was able to solve the problem or not. So this cycle is there. So any problem that we face in our life, we have to identify, we have to define it, then we have to explore the solution to it, then we have to put in action and then see whether it's working or not. Sometimes we find our students are also getting some problem in solving the questions, and this all they are putting their heart and soul to solve the problem, and they also try to find out the solution. But sometimes we see that the students have a very nice solution to their problem. This one, wow. So don't go for this solution. The solution should be something else. Now next is time management. Time management is the process of planning and exercising conscious control of time spent on specific activities, especially to increase effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. Time management is very important. As a student, time is very crucial for you. Every year you get promoted to the new grade, and very soon you will find you are there in your 12th grade, and that is very important year for you. And if you haven't learned to manage your time, then your performance in 12th grade and later years is not going to be very fruitful. So what is time management? So we have 24 hours in our day. In these 24 hours, we have to manage our all the affairs. We have a lot many activities to do. We have a lot many tasks to do. And as a student, you have to attend your schools, then you have to complete your homework, then you have to prepare for your test, you have to revise your syllabus and other activities. So if you are not managing your time, then some of the activities or some of the things you are going to be skipped by you. So in order to manage your time, you have to chalk out a timetable, your routine that is pasted on your study table, and you should follow it. Okay, after coming from your schools, okay, after taking a meal, okay, you can take some recreational hours, and after that you have to sit for your study, and this all. So if you are following, you are managing your time well, so you are going to achieve success in your later life also. When you will be employed somewhere or you will be taking your own entrepreneurship, then also you have to manage time. So it's an important skill. Next skill is teamwork. So teamwork is the collaborative effort of a group to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in the most effective and efficient way. So teamwork is very important aspect of our life. We are human beings, we are a social animal, so we cannot live by ourselves. We used to live with other peoples, and we are dependent on other people for many things. Suppose I am running a business, so it's not that I alone can run my business. I have to employ many people along with me, and I have to task them to different tasks. And if everybody is working together, then only I can test my success. So if all the people in the organization are working together in collaboration with one another, then only we can achieve our goal. Otherwise, it's impossible for us to achieve our goal. So this is also one very important skills wherever you are in an organization, whether you're a boss, whether you're co-mates. So you have to learn to work together in a team. At schools also, many assignments have been given to you where you work in a group. So if your group is working efficiently, all working together, So definitely you are going to achieve your goal there also. Next key skills is positive thinking. Positive thinking is an emotional and mental attitude that focuses on the good and expects results that will benefit you. It's about anticipating happiness, health, and success, essentially training yourself to adopt an abundance mindset and cultivate gratitude for your own success and those of others. So, positive thinking is a skill that will make you happy, that will always keep your mental health good. It will help you to generate new ideas. It will help you to inculcate good habits like generosity, honesty, modesty, empathy for others. Positive thinking will give you strength to even tackle the bad situation. It will help you to overcome when you are in difficult times. It will help you to generate new skills and thereby you are going to achieve your goal in your life. A person who doesn't have positive thinking will always complain, will always blame others, will always find fault in the things around him or her, and will ultimately make him a person with negative attitude. Next comes your personal hygiene and grooming. Personal hygiene and grooming involves keeping yourself clean, healthy, and presentable. So, personal hygiene is very important. So, it means keeping our body healthy, keeping ourselves away from any kind of disease. And grooming means to dress up well, to look well, to remain in a presentable look. So, these are the key skills that comes under self-management skills. Now we are proceeding to next session. Session 2 is about our strength and weaknesses. So have you ever wondered why you get good marks in one subject and not good in another subject? Knowing what you do well or not so well will help you converting your weaknesses into strength and strength into an exceptional performance. So first knowing yourself, so it means understanding who you are, what you like, what you do not like, what are your beliefs, what are your opinions, what is your background, what you do well and what you do not do well. It is important to know who you are because only then can you measure your strength and weaknesses. So one thing we have learned just before about self-awareness. So self-awareness and knowing yourself is almost the same thing. And why is it important to know yourself? It's already given here. If you know yourself well, then only you can measure your strength and weaknesses. Then only you can know what is your pluses and what are your minuses, and this only can that then only you can decide that what should be your profession, what should be your goal. So knowing yourself, knowing your what do you like, what you don't like, what is your belief, what is your opinion, what is your background, etc., etc., etc. So this will help you to decide about your future. This will help you to set your goals. This will help you to know your strengths and weaknesses. Now next is analyzing strength and weaknesses. So after knowing yourself, now you can analyze your weakness, you can analyze your strength. So being self-aware or understanding who am I means looking outside our usual characteristics such as our name, qualification and the relationship we have with others. It actually means knowing our inner strength, hidden talent, skills, and even weaknesses. So, generally, we don't introspect ourselves. We don't try to look into our inner self. We generally know who I am. Okay, my name is this, my qualification is this, and I'm from this place. This much only we know ourselves. If we ask ourselves to write about ourselves, we are not able to write even more than one page about ourselves. And if we ever try to ourselves, we can write even a book about ourselves. So there are much more things inside us that we have to explore. We should try to know. And if we have done this, then this is our strength, and we can do lot many things in our life. So that's why it is said that in order to analyze our weaknesses and strength, we have to look into ourselves, and then we can analyze our strength and weaknesses. And how this is going to help us in our life, we are going to see here. By understanding ourselves, we can know what we can and cannot do. So if we are understanding ourselves, we have understood ourselves, we can know that what we can do or not. Based on that information, we can plan what and how we can improve ourselves. If we come to know about our weaknesses, we can improve them. If we don't know at all about weaknesses, then we never think to improve them. There's no way to think of that. So after we have improved ourselves, by improving, we will feel confident about ourselves and will become self-confident. And this is one track that we have learned a part of the self-management skills. Now we will see how we can identify our weaknesses. So point out the area where you struggle and what you find difficult to do. Look at the feedback you receive from others. Be open to feedback and accept your weaknesses without feeling small about it. Look at it as an area of improvement. So how we can find out our weaknesses? So first of all, it's given here that we have to point out the area where we struggle. Suppose you are not doing good at mathematics, so you are feeling difficulty in solving the questions there. So you can figure it out. Okay, this area you are weak in. So here, because you are struggling here and you are finding difficult to do it, so that means this is your weak area. Look at the feedback you receive from others. So sometimes in a particular field you may get feedback from people around you, maybe from your parents, maybe from your friends, maybe from your classmates or the teacher. So this feedback is to be taken on the positive notes, because it will let you know about your weaknesses, and we come to know that you can overcome these weaknesses only when you identify them. If you don't take them seriously, and if you take them other way, so you are not going to get know about your weaknesses. Next, be open to feedback and accept your weaknesses without feeling small about it. If someone has given you feedback, someone has positively criticized you or let you know about your weaknesses, so you have to take them positively, and you will come to know about it and look at it as an area of improvement. Then you can implement. Next, we are going to learn how to identify our strength. So take time off to think about what you do well. Think of anything that you are always good at. Think about what others appreciate about you. So these are the some points where you can identify your strength. Sometimes you sit alone and should think of that what are the things that you do well, what are the things that people appreciate about you, and think of anything that you are always good at. Think about what other appreciate. Okay, so these are the points which will let you know about your strengths. So this we have already discussed, that why it is important for us to know about our weaknesses and why it is important for us to know our strength. Weaknesses are to be known because we have to improve upon them, and strength will help you to choose your goal, to choose your path. So at last, one more thing in video, we are going to know about the difference between interest and ability. So sometimes in our life we become confused that what profession we should choose, and we are totally in dilemma to choose our career in our life. So why does this happen? Because we don't know the difference between our interests and abilities. So we are interested in one thing, but we are not able to perform that, and we are able to do something, but we are not interested in that. For example, if a student is good at drawing, but he doesn't have interest in it, so he will confuse that whether he should become a painter or not. So we'll just see. So interest, we are going to define here. Interest are the things that we enjoy doing. Interest may include activities you like to do at school and in your free time that make you happy, activities you are curious about or would do even if no one asks you to do it, activities you want to learn or would like to do in the future. So these are the interests. Some students like to draw, some students like to sing, some students even like to do sums of the mathematics. So this shows their interest. Even if anyone is not asking them to do, and also they are doing it. So this we call interest. Now abilities. Ability, on the other hand, is an acquired or natural capacity that enables an individual to perform a particular job or task with considerable proficiency. Sometimes interest may not match abilities. In those cases, you can either improve your abilities or follow some other path. So here is some sort of confusion or contradictions between your ability and your interest. So what is ability? That you have acquired some proficiency in something, or you are naturally good at doing something, a particular task, a particular job. You can do it very well, but you don't have interest there. So here you will get stuck that especially when choosing your profession, choosing your career, your interest is something else and your ability is something else. For example, you are interested in cricket, but you are not able to perform there. You cannot even bat or bowl over there. So it will be futile for you to choose this cricket as your profession because your interest is there, but you are not able to perform there. On the other hand, you don't want to become an orator, but you are good at speaking. You can influence people by your speech. So here you have to see how you can cope with the situation. You have to do one of the two things. Either you have to acquire abilities in the area where your interest is, or you have to follow some other path. So this is all in this video, and in the next video we will continue some more topics from unit 2. Thank you very much.